All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Fairhaven Union High School. It's a varsity girls basketball action today, Saturday afternoon, and we are in the month of February, so things moving right along as far as the basketball season goes. February 3rd today. Actually a nice day outside, just for the record. Sun is shining, which we haven't seen in a long time, but feels good to see that. And we got a nice matchup here today. My name's Greg McCormick, along with me today, Joe Howard, and we are going to hopefully have a good basketball game here for you, as we have the Division II Fairhaven Slaters hosting the Division III Windsor Yellow Jackets. Joe, as we sit right here, the top team in Division II is North Country at 12-1. Right behind them, the Fairhaven girls at 11-3. So they're top of the heap in Division II. Division III is the Windsor girls. They are 12-2, and they are firmly in the number one spot in Division III. So that should make for a pretty interesting basketball game here this afternoon.
Both of these teams are always at the top of the chart when it comes to records this time of the year. And over the years, these two clubs have had very good battles. And Fairhaven, again, 11-3, I believe you said. Only been beaten by D1 teams. Rutland got them twice. And then they got beat last week by Brattleboro, I believe.
That's right. Yep.
So, and they can mix it up. They're big underneath, they're strong, and then they can shoot the three ball. Windsor, on the other hand, just year after year consistent. And there's a little bit of connection here today, Greg. The Perry girl that plays for Windsor, her father originally is from Fairhaven. And so there'll be cousin versus cousin on the floor today, Perry versus Perry. So that'll be interesting to watch. The Windsor Perry is already committed to a school in New Hampshire next year. She's a senior. She's had an incredible career over there. So be looking forward to watching her play today.
Kind of interesting. You mentioned that is interesting, because the Perrys are such a part of the Fairhaven fabric here. We talked about them a week ago when we saw that Bellows Falls game. Had a good conversation with Dennis Perry.
How about Adam Perry? Just this week named to the Slater head football coach. And Adam played here, won a state championship here for the Slaters, and went to college, played at that level, and then has been back coaching, I think, for 11 or 12 years as an assistant, and just named, and deservingly so. His wife, Terry, is head soccer coach here for the varsity team. So, again, you said it last week, the Perrys are the fabric of our community, and Adam just goes up one more level, and now he'll be the varsity coach for the Slater football team.
And congratulations to him on that appointment. I'm sure he's going to have a lot of help, a lot of knowledge on that Fairhaven sideline. Always one of the premier programs in football. The Windsor Yellow Jackets, as we said, have a 12-2 overall record. One of their losses was to Thetford, which I don't know anything about Thetford, but we had West Rutland girls. That's another one of our teams. They are top of the heap in Division IV, and I am told playing primarily a Division III, Division II schedule here, and a very, very good team. They're firmly in the number one spot. So we got a lot of good basketball teams around here, Joe, and interesting. Fairhaven, West Rutland plays Division IV, defeated Division III Windsor back. It was a 51-41 loss. It was a 10-point win for West Rutland girls. That was back on the 23rd, so about a week and a couple of weeks, less than 2 weeks ago. And that Peyton Guay, quite a player for West Rutland, but they had a nice night that night, winning that game.
So I've heard from more than one person that on any given night, West Rutland could be one of the top three teams in the state of Vermont, regardless of divisions. And that's something. I see Carl Serini walked in behind me today, so he's here watching this game. What an incredible program that's been over there over the years.
Well, the referees are meeting here at center court with the captains of each of these teams. Let me take just a moment. I'm going to run down here real quickly the Fairhaven girls. We'll get everybody's name in there. Let me turn the camera over here. We can watch the Fairhaven girls warm up on the floor here as we mention their names. And they are, number 2 is Elizabeth Love. Number 3 is Oriana Kerr. Number 5 is Lily Briggs. Number 10 is Madison Perry. Number 11, Kate Hadwin. Number 12 will be Kirsten Parker. Number 13 is Riley Babby. Number 14, Audrey Perry. Joe just mentioned Audrey's name. She'll wear number 14 tonight. Number 20 is Isabel Cole. She is a junior. Number 22, Brianna Cathcart. Brianna is a junior. And number 33 is Victoria Kelly, a sophomore. The head coach is Kyle Wilson, and his assistant coach is his dad, Jay Wilson. And another assistant coach is Leo Hutchin. Leo was a girls' head coach here for several years. I've got quite a lineup there on that Fairhaven side.
Yeah, there's some experience in that coaching staff, isn't there?
Yeah, JV coach Henry Daly. We mentioned Henry. His girls won the earlier contest. The athletic trainer here for many years, Mike Finnegan. And that is it. That is the entire look at the Fairhaven roster. I want to mention, too, I was just thinking about it, that we got some scoring information earlier here from Wally Fabian. So Wally's sitting right in front of us. I wanted to give him a mention that JV scoring we got was from Wally. So thank you, Wally, for that. Windsor Yellow Jackets are Amber Simons. Amber will wear number 32. Number 20 is Sydney Perry. And Joe mentioned that, relation to the Perrys of Fairhaven. So cousins on the floor here today. Number 12 is Sophia Rockwood. And Sophia is a guard. She is a junior. I believe Kelly, or Sophia's dad, is the coach, Cabray Rockwood. And number 4 is Audrey Rupp. Number 22 is Brianna Barton. Number 5, Kamari Wildgoose. Number 11 is Cassie Clark. Number 2 is Bailey Athorn. Number 42, Mackenzie Daniels. 44, Bailey Howard. And number 1 is Abigail Brown. Number 3 is Grace Blanchard. Number 14, Jalen Lyman. And number 40, Abigail Waterman. A bunch of these names we heard in our JV contest. So some of the JVs moving up here on the varsity level. And pretty good crowd filling in here today, Joe, for this contest this afternoon.
Yeah, Saturday afternoon basketball started to become pretty popular here. And it is. It's a beautiful day to get out. No problems with the weather and the roads. And I hope we get a treat here. I hope we get a good game.
A lot of times it's always been the case, or oftentimes Saturday was kind of a makeup day. If you had a snowstorm or something happened during the week or any problem, you kind of put the game back in on Saturday. You could work it in there. But seeing a lot of Saturday afternoon basketball, and the crowd's liking it because the gyms are pretty full here. We had a good crowd here a week ago when we saw the boys play Bellows Falls, and boys with a big win over MSJ last night, and they are getting better and better every time we see them. Yeah,
they shot the 3-ball last night pretty well, and when we were here last week, they shot the 3-ball pretty well too. And with their big players, with Buxton and Phil Bean, if you get the outside game going as well, they're going to make some noise going forward here. I think there's 4 or 5 games left in the regular season playoff start, but they could very well make some noise.
Well, last night, actually, I believe it was 17 three-pointers they hit in that game, and the big guys outside were hitting those threes as well. So, yeah, that's, the inside-outside game, they had it all going last night. But the girls are what we are here for here today, the Fairhaven Union High School girls. And as we said, the number 2 team. Some of what you find up in northern Vermont is a bit of a mystery, Joe, is you don't get to really see them until we get to Barrie, if you should get that far.
It'll be interesting to see this matchup today. Again, good matchup on the floor, similar records, even though we are 2 and 3. Windsor always plays well, no matter what the division they're in. So anxious to see. Of course, Fairhaven is a very good club, well coached, and as you said earlier, the experience on this bench, and it certainly shows. But year after year, they're in the mix, and every year they seem to get a couple of players that just will light it up throughout the course of the year, and we'll see who steps up today.
All right, so our crowd continuing to come in here at Fairhaven High School for Saturday afternoon basketball. Number 2, Division II, number 2 team, Fairhaven. Varsity Slater girls playing host to the top team in Division III, the Windsor Yellow Jackets, warming up here to our right on the floor here today at Fairhaven High School. Our starting introductions will be happening on the floor coming up shortly.
Windsor will open with it. Period number 2. They have the 1-point lead and the ball. Rockwood with it, picked up out top by Briggs. Fairhaven now trying to double the ball. It'll go back over to Rockwood, top of the key, the shot up, no good. Rebound will be Briggs. Lily Briggs will bring it down. Over to Hadwin. Oh, Hadwin lost the ball, but it went off of Windsor, and it'll stay the Slater ball.
All right, so it is going to be inbounded here, just underway, second quarter action, 14-13 our score. Windsor visiting here at Fairhaven, leading by 1.
You can see that play coming. You can see Cole leaning towards the basket on the inbounds pass, and she used a pick to get underneath wide open, and the Slaters get the bucket. Windsor's parry the ball. They go underneath. The shot's put up, no good. Strong, it'll go to by Barton, but tie ball, jump ball, it'll Fairhaven's possession.
Yeah, it looks like Kirk Abrahamson just called a foul there on that.
Yep, they just put it up. First foul of the quarter.
All right, the ball being brought over the half-court line now here for Fairhaven and into the front court. Windsor Yellow Jacket girls back waiting on defense, did not use full court press. Fairhaven trying to work around that zone defense they are using.
Hadwin will get the ball, and she'll take it baseline. Shot will go off of the rim, and down it'll come to Rockwood for Windsor. Out top, it'll come to Simons. Simons looks underneath the parry. They double down on her, and a whistle and a foul. We'll see. I think she was passing the ball. I don't think they'll shoot two. It should be underneath. Yeah, it is.
All right, substitutions coming in for both of these teams right now, and we have just underway, about a minute gone in the second quarter. Fairhaven back up on top, 15-14. Ball inbounded by the Yellow Jackets.
Simons has it out top. It'll come out to Rupp. Rupp with it, and back to Rockwood. Rockwood certainly does the quarterbacking for this club. She wants to drive hard, puts the shot up, no good. Thought it was going to go in, and the Slaters will get the boards. Here comes Perry for the Slaters. Left side, it'll go to Briggs. She thought about the shot. They cut her off. Cole has it. Cole will give it to Parker. Parker strong to the hoop. They double down on her. She has to give it up. Here comes Cole. Cole's got a lane to the hoop, lays it up and good. That's 2 in a row. She's got good looks.
And that was a beautiful drive right there. Things opened up very nicely, and now we have a 3-point advantage, Fairhaven. 17-14 is our score.
Rockwood again goes strong to the hoop. I like her. She uses both hands. She goes strong to the hoop. She understands the game. Slater's the ball. Parker with it. Tried to force it underneath the Hadwin. Lost. Oh, pick clean by Briggs. And Briggs gives it to Cole, who now has 3 baskets in a row.
So getting contributions from several Slater players here at the moment. And top of the Windsor circle, a shot is put up. That's Sophia Rockwood on that shot attempt. Misses off the rim. Rebounded by the Slaters.
Parker got the boards, and Perry will bring it across center of the floor. Left side, the 3 balls up, no good. From Fairhaven's Briggs. Rebound to come down to Windsor. So back and forth here, Greg, here halfway through the second period.
Nice job by Windsor trying to get it in the middle there, and let's see if we get a shot. We did get a shot off, but that's going to be a missed shot. Sydney Perry put that one up. I think Kamari Wildgoose was a little bit amazed she didn't get a foul on that play, but Fairhaven end of the floor. There's a shot put up on the sideline. Lily Briggs missing this one.
It's going to get it right back, though. They'll reload. Hadwin with it, thinks about the 3, kicks it back to Perry. They'll reload. She'll go towards the hoop, kicks it to Cole, left side. Cole strong, looking, turnaround jumper from about 10 foot. No good. The board will go back to Windsor. 19-16, the Slaters on top. Rupp brings it down herself, puts the 3 ball up, and no. And Briggs with the board.
So up and down the floor we are going here. Good pace here in this second quarter. Under 4 minutes left to go, first half.
Parker the ball. Back to Perry, center of the floor. Hadwin looking. So go strong, and they're going to call a foul. Yep, they're going to call a foul on the reach in. And Windsor wants to take a timeout, talk about, because Slater's now starting to drive towards the basket and getting open lanes.
So a pretty good time for a timeout here as we see the Windsor girls gather in front of Coach Rockwood here. Good crowd here on hand again at Fairhaven. And this is going to be a 30-second timeout, so this will be a short one, but good cheering section over there in the corner of the gymnasium for Fairhaven, Joe. They're always lined up there taking that corner.
And, it's always entertaining, too. They do a nice job.
All right, today is the third day of February, so pretty much just a couple. I'm not sure which are usually either the boys or the girls pairings come out first. I'll have to look that up again here, but somebody will start first, obviously. So just a couple of weeks left in the regular season for boys and girls to get to the end of the month of February, and then, of course, the tradition here in the state of Vermont is to go to the Barrie Auditorium, and that's what everybody is shooting for. All right, Fairhaven girls are out of their huddle first, back out on the floor. Here comes the Windsor Yellow Jackets. And we'll start back up here with 3:49 left to go here in the first half.
Slaters will set it up. Briggs will trigger it in. Windsor in the man defense. They try to work it underneath the Cole again. She has to bring it way out top. It'll come to Love. Love with it. Sets it up. It's got a lane, but kicks it back to Cole, left side. Cole with it. Got a nice look for the 18-footer. No, ball loose. Wild Goose will pull it down for Windsor. Back it'll come to Rupp. Rupp the basketball. She'll be picked up out top by Briggs. Reverses the ball, goes left side. Trying to work it underneath to Perry. They're doing a nice job, Fairhaven is on Perry. But she kicks it outside. The three ball on the way. Missed by Rupp, and it'll be Fairhaven's ball. 3:16 to go, period two. 19-16 to Slaters. Here comes Love with it to Cole. Cole wants to drive, kicks it out top. Back it'll come to Briggs. Briggs got a lane, tries to get it underneath to Kelly, but the ball will be turned over.
Well, that was a good thought, trying to work it inside there, and that'll be a turnover and back top of the circle at the other end of the floor. Windsor working with it. Fairhaven girls also, we see a zone defense coming from them as well. There's a shot way out there on top. Audrey Rupp putting that one up, missing. Here's Elizabeth Love coming down the floor with it. Elizabeth was one of their big soccer players this year. Scored a lot of goals this season. Very good soccer player.
Cole with the shot from top of the key. Nice shot, 22-16. Slater's the biggest lead of the game now for them. And the steal. It'll come off to Briggs. Briggs with it, left side back to Cole. She's got a good look at a three. It's on the way, no. Loose ball, and they're going to get Love over the back. So, Fairhaven's second team foul.
Get a timeout? No.
No, just changing players. Both coaches changing players often here, trying to keep fresh legs.
All right, so the Fairhaven defense back waiting as well. Haven't seen a lot of full court press here in this ball game, and Yellow Jackets with it, top of the circle.
Rockwood has it. Goes over to Barton. Shot partially blocked by Cole, but picked up on the way by Perry for Windsor, and she lays it up and good.
She does a nice job holding that position underneath there and got the rebound. As you said, the tallest girl out there right now, and that's what they want her to do, and she did a nice job.
Madison Perry with the basketball. They work it underneath to Kelly. Kelly's double teamed. Windsor played pretty good defense that time down the floor, too. They doubled on Kelly and knocked it out of bounds, but off of Kelly, so Windsor will get it back. 1:35 to go here, period two. Rockwood killed the dribble. Now she's got to get help. Does get help from Simons. Simons to Clark. She gets it right back. Barton with it. Barton center. They'll play a little catch. Now Fairhaven doing a good job defensively on the Windsor club. Oh, Rockwood got the ball picked by Briggs. Briggs strong to the hoop up. No good. Windsor did a good job getting back, Greg.
All right, Yellow Jackets with it at their end of the floor as we come to a minute left to go here in the first half.
Barton the basketball over to Simons. Left side it'll go to Clark. Back to Barton. Windsor just being patient, trying to get a good look with 45 seconds to go into halftime, only down by a couple. Simons is going to put the 3 ball up. She says, I can make it a 1-point game, but it goes out of bounds. So with 36 seconds, we'll see if the Slaters are content, Greg, to play for 1.
Just a little bit short on that shot, and it is 22-18 our score.
Windsor's going to pick up here and put a little pressure on the Slaters. Perry will have it in her hand. She'll get it across with relatively little problem. Perry right side, it'll go to Briggs. Briggs will bring it center of the floor. Needs some help. Kelly gives it to her. Left side, it'll go to Perry. Perry's cut off as she tries to drive. It'll go to Hadwin. Hadwin's 3 ball on the way.
Oh, beautiful shot by Kate Hadwin right there.
Nice looking shot. You could see it was going to go in from here.
I was going to say, I think she's hit, that's her 3rd one that she's hit from way out there. I'm going to see if we can get the book. All right, there's the end of the quarter. 25-18 as the second quarter expires. We are at halftime, and that was a very good second quarter for the Fairhaven girls, extending their lead to 7. That's the largest lead of the ball game that we've seen so far, Joe, right here for Fairhaven to take into the halftime locker room.
It's certainly not. It's certainly still anybody's game. Both clubs will go into the locker room now, Greg, and try to make some changes. For Fairhaven, they'll have to do a better job on the Perry girl on the board. She's kind of owned the boards and getting second and third looks. For Windsor, Fairhaven seems to find the seams, Greg, and getting some easy layups. And so Windsor will have to work on that a little bit.
All right, it's halftime. It's 25-18 our score. Pretty good crowd here on hand for Saturday afternoon basketball at Fairhaven Union High School. Greg McCormick along with Joe Howard here for Fairhaven Slater girls basketball action. Top teams in Division 2 and 3 here. Fairhaven in the number 2 spot, as we said. The lone top team in Division 3 is Windsor, and they are on this floor here this afternoon. So we'll have second half coming up. All right, halftime Fairhaven High School girls basketball, varsity basketball. Fairhaven girls 18 for Windsor, and Joe has our halftime stats.
So for the Slaters, Cole has 9 points, Kelly has 2, and Hadwin 14. So for a total of 13 in the first period and 12 in the second, they have 25 points. It's surprising, Greg. Only 3 Slaters are in the scoring column here in the first half. They've had some looks, but Hadwin again leads the way for the Slaters.
She had how many threes?
She had 3 threes, a couple of 2s, and 1 free throw. For Windsor, Wild Goose was 1 or 2 from the line. Rockwood with 1 3 and a couple of 2s for 7. Sydney Perry, 2, 4, 6, 7. And Barton with 1 and Simons with 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the Windsor club has scored. So a little more balanced. Fairhaven has had some looks, Greg. There's no question about it. They've had some shots rim around and go in and out, but should be a very good second half.
Well, I think, like with both of these teams, there's certain times in the regular season you get a real test. Obviously, when you're playing the top of the division, that is a real test. I know Windsor had that test a few weeks ago against West Rutland. They weren't real happy about losing that game, but a very good night for West Rutland girls under Carl Serrani, who's always had amazing success with that program over the years. And here they are taking on the tops of Division 2 tonight. So it's been a couple of tough weeks here for Windsor in their schedule.
Nobody in foul trouble in the first half. Love with 2, and then Briggs, Perry, and Hadwin each with 1. On the Windsor side, Rupp has 1, Clark has 1, Rockwood has 1, Perry has 1, Barton has 1. So all of their starters with 1. But everybody's got only 1 except for Love for the Slaters, who has 2. So very, very well played game, well officiated game, and pretty fast-paced as well.
All right, halftime score again, Fairhaven 25, Windsor 18, and second half action coming up. Halftime, 25-18. The Fairhaven girls up on top, leading the Windsor Yellow Jackets girls varsity basketball this afternoon from Fairhaven Union High School. And we're going to have our second half get underway here once again shortly in just a little bit. So thank you for watching this presentation. Our officials out there, at center court. We mentioned them. We'll mention their names again, doing a fine job this afternoon. Roger Stanley, Kirk Abrahamson, and Pat Whalen, your 3 officials on the floor for this afternoon's contest. Windsor Yellow Jacket girls warming up, and still a very close ball game, 25-18. Nobody able to really pull away. That's kind of very similar to what we saw. I saw a few weeks ago when they played West Rutland. West Rutland ended up at the end putting on a little bit of a spurt, winning that one by 10 points. But this Windsor team is used to winning, Joe. They've lost just 2 games here this season.
Just a good club. There's no question about it. Slaters are just barely coming out of the locker room. Coaching staff for Fairhaven kept them in. And again, my favorite time of every basketball game is the first few minutes of the third period. Like to see what changes and each coach, each side has implemented for the halftime, and see how they're implemented by the club. And usually this 4 minutes really dictates who's going to come out on top.
All right, they are the Windsor girls on camera right here in front of us at their sideline. And let me just swing this around over there. There's Coach Daly, the JV girls coach, we see, and Coach Leo Hutchins, assistant coach, and the Fairhaven girls. And we'll be ready to go to get our second half underway here in just a moment. But you mentioned when you were reading the scoring book, probably could get a few more people involved offensively for Fairhaven. The scoring pretty much limited to, would you say 3 people, was it?
Yeah, 3 people. I won't be a bit surprised for Fairhaven to get a couple more people in the books here. They're going to need to, because Windsor probably will make some changes on Cole and Hadwin, and we'll see how it works out for both clubs here as we get started. Period number 3, it'll be triggered in. It'll come to Love. Love will set it up for the Slaters as we get underway. Perry gets it, center floor. The pick is set. The ball goes back over to Briggs. Out top to Hadwin. Hadwin with the Slaters. Ball, it'll go to Love. They cut her off nicely. Has to give it back to Hadwin. The long 3 up and good.
Wow. Well, you mentioned in the book there was 3. She hit 3 of them. That's number 4 she's hit. So she got a good outside shot.
17 points for her, Greg, early. So good first half.
All right, ball at the other end of the floor. Windsor, and they work it inside in the paint. That might be a travel.
Yeah, I think it is a travel, yep.
All right, good idea, good thought, trying to get it inside to Sydney Perry. Did a little stutter step in there, took an extra step with it right in front of the basket. That'll be a turnover.
Okay, Fairhaven's basketball. They got the 10-point lead, the biggest of the game. Windsor picks up full court now as Perry and Briggs will work to get it across. Rockwood picks up Briggs. Ball kicked out of bounds. It'll stay Fairhaven.
All right, so that's a little interesting change right there. Just the fact that we are going to see a little full court pressure. We did not see a lot of that in the first half.
Briggs the trigger. It'll come to Love. She has to come back to get it. Love looks to set it up, wants to go right side, gives it to Hadwin. Hadwin looking back over, it'll go to Love. Love wants to drive on the hoop, a nice job by Rupp shutting her off, and she has to change directions, it'll reset. It'll come over to Perry. Perry center of the floor. There's Hadwin strong to the hoop, blocked by Perry. Nice work defensively, and Rupp comes the other way.
All right, Yellow Jackets at their end of the floor. Left corner, 3-point attempt is put up. That one's going to be off the rim, no good. Now tip back up.
Barton with the tip, 28-20. They cut it back to 8-point lead. Again, they pick up full court. It's giving Fairhaven a little bit of problems. Briggs will bring it down, breaks it this time, out top to Cole. Perry will get it. Perry center of the floor, kicks it back to Love. There's Cole, her 3 on the way. No, long Perry for Windsor will chase it down. Now she'll slow it up, give it over to Rockwood. Rockwood's shot is up and hard. Loose ball. Barton picked it up, but Fairhaven steals it from her.
All right, ball being brought down the floor. Slater end of the floor. Good job getting back defensively for Windsor. Both teams back very quickly.
Perry the basketball for the Slaters. Wants to work left side. Tries to go strong. Nicely cut out by Rockwood. Rockwood will go back. Gives it to Perry. Perry to Cole. Cole shot strong off the hoop. Loose ball. Who's going to get it? Perry for the Slaters will get it. Perry back to Cole. Cole strong to the hoop over Perry for Windsor. No good. Perry did a nice job altering the shot.
All right, ball being brought down by Rockwood into the front court. Passed it off. Ball goes back free throw line. We get a shot put up, and this one's going to be missed by Brianna Barton. Rebounded by the Slaters. Here comes Fairhaven's Elizabeth Love. Brought it over the half-court line. Fairhaven now will set up the offense. Drive. No, past the left corner. Good ball movement by the Slaters. One side of the court to the other. Down in that right corner area, they'll kick it back out on top of that three-point circle, and here goes the three on the way.
Briggs with a nice look. He puts it up and good. 11-point lead for the Slater. Briggs, nice shot.
Well, you said you like this third quarter, and well, Fairhaven coming out of the locker room ready to play here, we see.
We're going to have a timeout here. Windsor wants to talk it over to Greg before it gets away here in the first 4 minutes of the third period. It's an 11-point Slater lead, but Slater certainly outplaying them here early.
You can definitely feel a little confidence and a good feeling on the Slater sideline there as they put in a good 4 minutes and up 31-20. Now 11-point advantage from that halftime lead. Been a little harder getting some offense going here on the Windsor side, Joe.
They can do it, though. They can, with the Perry girl underneath and the Rockwood girl driving strong to the hoop and making good decisions with the ball. They can climb back into this pretty easy.
All right, we have a timeout here on the floor. 31-20 again is our score, and we're at Fairhaven High School, home of the Slaters. Girls basketball team, the number 2 team in Division II. The boys moving right up the ranks. We saw them with a nice convincing win over Rutland County rival Mount St. Joseph Academy. And they are currently at 5th or 6th place in that. But they played Rutland High School really strong the other night, I understand.
Gave them fits, Greg.
Yep.
They led most of the game and were up with just a few minutes to go in the ball game. And Rutland come back and beat them by 5. But good effort.
Rutland, one of the top teams in Division I.
Rockwood out top to Perry. She thought about the three. Pulls it back. They'll reload.
All right, Yellow Jackets working it inside. Get a left-handed shot put up. That's going to bounce around a little bit. Audrey Rupp took that shot. Comes off the rim as a missed shot. Rebounded by Lily Briggs.
Oh, the long three. Quickly down the floor by Hadwin. She was 6 feet past the line. Still puts it up, nothing but net. The lead is 14, so Windsor a little nervous. Quickly takes a shot, puts it up. Loose ball, still loose. Jump ball, I believe, yeah. Possession arrow will go. Stay Windsor's ball.
That was Sophia Rockwood that took that long three-point attempt at the Windsor end of the floor. But Hadwin now, I believe that would, if I'm just doing it in my head here, that would be her 5th three she hit.
Rockwood the trigger for Windsor. Wants to go underneath. Got to get it in. She's running out of time. Just gets it in. Tipped away by Fairhaven, but Rupp will pick it back for Windsor, and she'll reverse the ball. Left side goes with the underhand layup. No good. Ball is picked up by the Slaters. Parker, and she'll lose it. We're going to have a whistle and a foul. Parker commits the foul on the loose ball. First team foul in the third period for either team.
All right, so that's a foul on Parker?
Yes.
All right, so the ball will be inbounded right here, just in front of us here at the sideline, right in front of the Yellow Jacket bench. And they now have the ball in play. Audrey Rupp, that had it just for a moment. Now to Rockwood. Rockwood delivering a good ball handler with the left hand. Top of the right around free throw line. Shot put up, she misses.
Briggs the ball back to Hadwin. Now they put Wild Goose in to pick up on Hadwin. Does a nicer job. Kelly the ball, kicks it back out top. There's Hadwin, another three on the way. Long this time. It'll go off, and we're going to have a whistle and another foul. This one will go on Parker as well. A reach in.
Like the way the Fairhaven girls move that ball around to try to find somebody open. As you said, you can stay on. I mean, you really got to stay on Kate Hadwin in order to keep her from getting that shot.
34-20, the Slaters with the lead. The 3-minute mark, period 3 here in Fairhaven. Bury the ball for Windsor, picked up out top by Kelly. Underneath, they try to go to Rupp. They double on Rupp, but she's going to get the shot up. No good. Wild Goose got it. Back though herself, puts it up and good.
That was a nice play underneath by Kamari Wild Goose for Windsor. Good work on the boards, and Gets the 2.
Perry and Briggs with the basketball out top underneath to Kelly. She's going to get a look. Shot is put up, no good. Rupp with the foul. Kelly will go to the line. She'll shoot a pair for the Slaters.
All right, that'll take us down to 2:39 left to go here in the third quarter. Still a double-digit advantage here for Fairhaven, leading 34-22. And we are at the Fairhaven free throw line.
Kelly has made an impact for Fairhaven. They were getting beat up pretty hard on the boards early on. And she's come in and done a nice job. They kind of neutralized Windsor getting all the rebounds, and been a lift for the Slaters today.
All right, Coach Wilson going to the bench. Some more replacements coming in here.
Babby into the ball game for the Slaters for the first time. 1 or 2, 36-22. The score, the Slaters on top. Rupp with the ball, over to Clark, left side. Clark with it, standing, Wild Goose, center of the floor, but behind the stripe. Back it'll go to Rupp. Rupp looking for Clark. Now she directs the offense. You can tell when Rockwood is not on the floor, Windsor is not as confident, Greg.
Ball goes back out on top of the circle, and it is Cassie Clark now with it to the free throw line over to Wild Goose. Right side, back out on top. Good patience here by Windsor.
Yeah, Fairhaven doing a good job shutting them down as well. They will put the 3 up. It goes out of bounds. It's going to go off of Fairhaven, I believe. Should stay Windsor's ball. Doesn't take long to get Perry and Rockwood back into the ball game.
That'll bring us under 2 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Been a good quarter here for the Fairhaven girls. And it is Sophia Rockwood that will be the inbounder.
Got it into Barton. Cole on Barton forces the turnover. The Slaters will get it back. Perry with the ball. Minute 47 to go, period 3. It'll go over to Love. Love will give it up to Cole. Reverses the ball. Oh, offensive foul on the pick set by Perry. So they'll turn it over.
All right, so it is Fairhaven back, as you see, waiting here on defense at their end of the floor. No pressure on the ball, inbounded. And it's Sophia Rockwood now top of the circle, setting up. Sophia driving to the basket with that left-handed layup shot. Misses off the rim, rebounded by Fairhaven.
Love the ball now for the Slaters. Over to Perry. Perry thought about the 3 underneath to Kelly. Shot is up. Oh, no good. Loose ball. Still loose. Perry and Kelly fighting for it. We're either going to, jump ball. It's probably possession will stay Fairhaven. Good hustle, both clubs.
Now the 2 big girls going at it underneath there, and then we have a shot attempt. That was a good shot by Victoria Kelly. That was a good positioning. Could not get it to go in, and it'll be inbounded here in just a moment by Isabella Cole.
The longer it goes in the season, the 50-50 balls become so much more important for the clubs. Who wins them will win a lot of games. Cole the ball, back out top to Love. The Slaters will probably, with a minute to go, be patient. Well, as I say that, Love brings it in, turns the ball over. Back it'll go to Windsor, 36-22. The Slaters the lead, Windsor the ball. Perry with it goes to work on Kelly. They double on her, that'd be a foul there. They tripled on her that time.
Good strategy defensively right there, just hanging right over her back there, and she is going to go to the free throw line. Should be.
Yep. They call the foul on Love. That'll be her 3rd. Briggs will come back in for her, I believe. 54 seconds to go, period 3. Perry at the line. She'll shoot a pair. The first one is on the way. It's up and good. Solid player, the Perry girl, no question.
Victoria Kelly's going to come out, and the other big girl out there, Isabel Cole, will probably get the job of guarding Perry defensively now.
Gets 1 or 2, rebound to the Slaters, Cole, and she'll give it up to Perry. Under a minute here, period 3. Here comes Briggs, strong to the hoop. They do a nice job cutting her off. It goes to Babby. Babby will lose it out of bounds, so little bit of momentum swinging back to Windsor's way here.
All right, 44 seconds showing on the clock. Fairhaven back waiting on defense. Audrey Rupp there with it over the left corner. That's going to be all net on that beautiful shot.
Yeah, Perry with it, 13 feet out. She had a little separation, just turned and put it in. never really defended and got a good look. 36-25. The Slaters the ball. Briggs with it. Out top it'll go to Perry, and she's fouled by Rupp. Good call. Fairhaven's ball, far sidelines. 20 seconds to go here, period 3. 11-point Slater lead.
All right, inbounding will be Lily Briggs. That'll put it in play from the sideline.
Hadwin had to go over and help and get it. Now she'll bring the ball left side. Got a look to go to the hoop, plays it up and good. She's solid as well, Greg. There's no question.
Inside, outside, doesn't matter. She's having a great game.
She is solid. Rupp the ball for Windsor. 5 seconds to go. With 3 seconds to go out top to Clark. It's on the way to the three-pointer. No good, and they won't get another shot. 38-25 at the end of 3. Slaters with the lead.
And that was obviously a really good third quarter there for the Fairhaven girls, extending that lead here. And we have the end of 3 quarters. Okay, they're doing a little bit of announcing here as we see the crowd across the way hanging tight here for a very good Saturday afternoon basketball game. You mentioned you like the third quarter, Joe, and I would say you'd have to be pretty happy if you're Coach Wilson.
Yeah. Fairhaven came out and responded. I do believe they still only have 3 players in the scoring column, but played a very good defense. They doubled down on the Perry girl from Windsor. Only once did she get a good look and obviously made it count, but we'll see if Fairhaven continues to keep the pressure up on her.
Well, it's nice if you can get that outside shot going, and it happens to be going here for Fairhaven. Kate Hadwin's made a bunch of those threes. Some nights that doesn't always work.
Well, you and I talked last week about how important the three-pointer has become in this game. And last night you said you watched Fairhaven boys 17 three-pointers. Fairhaven girls here have gotten 6 or 7 three-pointers, and it just loosens everything up if you can hit those.
All right, fourth quarter underway.
Wild Goose with the ball on the inbounds, and she turned around jumper, but Hadwin commits the foul. Wild Goose will go to the line. She'll shoot a pair. First team foul in the fourth period for the Slaters. Wild Goose's first shot is up and good.
So that was a foul. It looks like Kate Hadwin picked up that foul. That'll be her second personal foul as we are in the fourth quarter.
Barton and Rockwood will check back into the game for Windsor as Wild Goose gets them both. And they close to 11 here. Just underway, fourth period. The Slaters the ball.
Full court pressure coming from Windsor. Fairhaven hasn't had a whole lot of trouble with that. Got some good ball handlers getting it down the floor. Madison Perry being one of them.
Perry will give it up to Love. Love reverses the ball, goes to the hoop. Oh, has to kick it back out top. Briggs in the right place at the right time. It'll go to Cole. Cole doubles as she goes back to Perry. Fairhaven going to be very patient. Rupp might have just got away with one. Perry with it, left side. It'll come to Briggs. Briggs standing, looking, gives it to Hadwin. She sets the pick. Hadwin's going to go to the hoop. Up, no good, but a whistle and a foul. It'll be on Perry for Windsor, and Hadwin will go to the line. She'll shoot a pair.
All right, so Kate Hadwin, who's having a heck of a ball game here tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, for Fairhaven, on the line to add to her point total. She's got to be, for sure, the leading scorer out there today.
First shot is up and good. Yeah, she had 14 in the first half. She's had a couple threes here. Been to the line a couple times, so second one is up and good. 40-27, the Slaters. Windsor going to have to hurry up and get some offense going here. Rockwood with it, center of the floor, picked up out top by Briggs. Gives it up to Perry. Perry wants to drive, has to go to Rupp. Rupp will kick it to Barton on her drive. No, but Perry has it. Perry strong to the hoop. Got it back herself, shot up. Got it back herself, shot up. Got it back herself. Now it goes out of bounds off of the Slaters.
Can't say she's not working hard out there, that's for sure.
No. Rockwood the trigger for Windsor. I like the Rockwood girl. She's played well here all afternoon. She gets it into Perry. Perry is fouled by Cole. So my daughter Jordan here with me today, and she played against the Rockwood girl's sister, who was just an amazing player herself. And she's in Maine, Greg, up now playing ball at the next level. So a basketball family for sure.
Yeah, man, that'd be, I'm sure their dad coaching, right?
Yes. Yep. Perry at the line. Her first shot is up and good. The second one on the way. Got them both. They close again to 11, but we're a minute deep in period 4.
All right, again, full court pressure. The Yellow Jackets turn it up. As I said, Fairhaven hasn't had much trouble with that. They have some very good ball handlers there.
They just got trapped in the corner, though. Coach Wilson calls it quick timeout. 30-second timeout, as he didn't want to turn the ball over down on that end.
All right, we have on camera here the Windsor Yellow Jacket girl, the Jacks. You can see right on the back of their warm-up clothing. And over here, let's have a look at the coaching staff and the Fairhaven girls. Yeah, should be some really good basketball games coming up throughout the state for the next couple of weeks here. Always a lot of fun. A good way to pass your time in the winter. I know you've done it for many years, Joe.
Yeah, and as you have, Greg. And it is. It is a great way to pass the winter. You get out a couple, 3 nights a week, and poof, next thing you know, it's springtime. We're in the playoffs. We're up in Barrie, and then the sun's out the rest of the year. It's pretty nice.
All right, we're just about done with the timeout here, so Fairhaven will try again to get the ball down the floor as they inbound it. Windsor goes back to that full court press.
Love will break it this time. No problem again. Love will work. Wants to go to the hoop. Kicks it to Cole. Wide open 3. No good. Going to get it back herself, though, but stolen away by Windsor. Rockwood with it. Left side, it'll come to Rupp. Rupp and Rockwood now will play catch at the top of the circle. Rockwood strong to the hoop. Her shot partially deflected. No good. Fairhaven will come down with it.
Try the outlet down the floor, trying to get down there, get the jump on everybody. Isabel Cole, that one out of her hands and out of bounds, but good try on that transition.
I would say the next 2 minutes, Greg, Windsor has to cut it into single digits to have a chance here. Rupp to basketball. Rockwood with it, takes it. Now Rupp left side to Barton. They try to go underneath the Perry. Good defense by Cole. Out of bounds. Oh, they say Perry touched it last. The Slaters will get possession.
All right, couple minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Windsor hasn't found any way yet really to cut that lead that Fairhaven has established.
Clark back into the ball game now for Windsor, and she'll pick up Love, center of the floor. Love with it. Right side, Cole has it. Cole and Perry. Perry now to Hadwin. Hadwin will go over back to Love. Fairhaven again now going to be very patient. See if they get a look. Back out top, it'll go to Love. Oh, had Cole wide open underneath, but they missed the shot. Perry did a nice job reacting and kicked it out of bounds.
All right, they'll stay at the Fairhaven end of the floor, and they will be inbounding right here over in the right corner, if we can see it over there.
Oh, Fairhaven's going to turn it over. Windsor doing a little better job defense now as Rockwood quickly down the floor. 3-pointer on the way. No good. That would have been big for Windsor. But Clark, the board, goes underneath the Perry. Oh, Perry missed the chipper, and it goes back to the Slaters.
Good opportunity right there. Not going to be a 2-pointer for Windsor. Don't get too many like that.
Nice look.
Here's another one.
Oh, nice look.
We were talking about chippers, and there was one. Isabel Cole will get the 2 this time.
Yeah, Perry with a nice job. Drew the defense to her. Found the Cole wide open. Going to have a foul on the other end of the floor as Hadwin commits it. Her third.
All right, the ball will be inbounded here by the Yellow Jackets. Sophia Rocco with the inbounder, approaching the 5-minute mark left to go here in our basketball game.
Rupp with it, wants to go into Perry. You can see the strategy now by Windsor is try to force it into Perry and let her make something happen. But the ball turned over and back to Slaters. Love with it. Hadwin reverses it to Briggs. Now a whistle will go on Clark, I believe. It'll be the second team foul in the fourth. Clark indeed in the fourth period. So not shooting yet. Fairhaven near sidelines.
All right, that's Madison Perry there. That will be inbounding it just in front of our vantage point.
Perry's got to go back into the backcourt to find Love. Pick is set by Hadwin. Love will bring it center floor, reverses it now. Over to Briggs. Briggs works off a pick to Hadwin. Hadwin's got a lane, going to kick it out. It'll go to Love. Shot is put up and no.
All right, Yellow Jackets down the floor with 4:33 left to go here. Rockwood right to the free throw line. She'll dish that one off. Ball over to Audrey Rupp. Now the Yellow Jackets working it around, moving the ball very nicely. Fairhaven zone defense adjusting to that. Rupp now with it, showing her good ball handling skills to the left side of the free throw line. Over on the right side, there will be room for a shot, and that is going to be a beauty. Hit right there, Brianna Barton.
Yeah, that's important. That cuts it to 10 at the 4-minute mark in period 4. And now Rupp, the strong defense on Perry, but they're going to call her for a foul. And third team foul, be Fairhaven's ball, far sidelines.
That last possession, though, for Windsor, very good there. Very patient, working it around, good passing, and open shot. They take it, hit it. And now it's Fairhaven going to be inbounding over on the far sideline. Madison Perry, the inbounder.
Got it to Briggs. Briggs gives it right back to her. Love now. Behind the back will go to Hadwin. Hadwin will survey the floor. They give it to Cole. Cole and Hadwin will play some catch out top. Again, very patient. Hadwin kicks it out to Perry. Perry brings it across court to Love has it. Cole and Love now on the right side. Out top, they'll reload. So 3:36 now. Fairhaven, Greg, going to be very patient. No reason to be in a hurry.
I was just going to say that. You get that comfortable lead right now just to start using that clock. You're up 42-32, 10-point advantage. They're very good at moving the ball around. They got some really good ball handlers. And I think we are going to see Windsor probably try to say, look, we got to turn it up here a little more, right?
Yeah, they're going to take a full timeout. It's 10 points now, but it's got to get closer here in the next minute or so.
I remember, actually, this came up in a conversation. I think it was one of the West Rutland games that they lost, which was their first loss in 40 games.
Yeah, can you imagine?
And Coach Serrani was saying that like it was fairly close. We just couldn't get the ball back. At the end of the game, you got a shot clock over in New York, as you know, so you got X amount of time to get down and get that shot off. In Vermont, you don't. You can hang on to it.
I've wondered for a long time when the shot clock is coming to Vermont high school basketball, but as long as I've wondered, it's never come, Greg, so I'm not sure. I do know it speeds the game up. I do know it makes it a different look at the end of the game. You can't stay out front here and run the full square thing, and it certainly makes it more exciting.
Well, we had the chance to see both sides of the border on that, doing our radio work over the years, but a good bit of the schedule was in New York.
It definitely changes the game. Like the three-pointer changed the game, the shot clock has and would change the game here in Vermont. I'm not saying it needs to come. I'm just saying that it changes the game.
All right, it'll be inbounded here in just a moment by Fairhaven as we'll have the clock ticking with 3:33 left to go in the basketball game.
Briggs will start it. She gets across from Clark. Clark, good defense. Going to be a travel. Clark forces a travel. So good defense. I mean, Windsor's working hard on the defensive end to try to get this thing close. And with the three-point shot, I mean, a 10-point lead is no more safe, to the last minute.
All right, Yellow Jackets with the ball in play. The pressure on for sure here is time winding down there. It's a shot underneath. Couple of shots out. Wild Goose.
Wild Goose got it.
All right, so an initial shot rebounded, tipped back up there by Wild Goose for Windsor.
Nice job. Love brings it down the floor, but pulls it right back. Cole. Oh, they're going to call her for travel. So the noose tightening a little bit for the Slaters here. They're up by 8, but 3 minutes to go, but they're turning the ball over the last 3 times down the floor. Let's see what Windsor can do. Rockwood with it. Out top. Looking. Clark has it. Picked up by Love. Rockwood again as they reverse the ball. They want to go underneath the Perry. They very nice job with Cole and Hadwin doubling down on Perry. Ball goes out of bounds, but Windsor will keep it.
All right, and as you see, 2:41 left to go here in the basketball game.
Rockwood the trigger. Out top it'll come. Clark will get it back to Rockwood. Rockwood wants to drive, gives it up, tried to force it into Perry. Got it back herself, though. They'll take a look and try to start it again. Perry, they double on Perry. Yeah, they get the turnover. The Slaters will get the ball. That was a big turnover.
All right, over the half-court line, Fairhaven. And just working it around. Elizabeth Love, top of the circle, an excellent ball handler with Madison Perry. Now Kate Hadwin. Look at Kate's ball handling skills.
Yeah, she's an athlete. There's no question about that. She's a multi-sport athlete and just loves the game.
All right, foul there, and where are we at for team foul?
Yeah, that's 5, so we'll go to the line now, and we'll start shooting the 2. So that's important for Fairhaven to hit these and put this away. Perry's first shot is up and good. She's a solid player as well. That might be her first point of the night, and the 4th player for the Slaters to score, but that's a big one there. It's on the way. The second one gets them both. 10-point lead again for the Slaters. 2:07 to go in the ball game.
44-34, back double-digit lead for Fairhaven with those 2 free throws.
Rockwood in traffic. We're going to get a whistle and a foul away from the ball, I believe. It's not Fairhaven's only 4th team foul, so Windsor won't be shooting. It'll be their ball underneath their own basket.
Going to say kind of getting to the point where you're going to start seeing some threes go up in the air here at the Windsor end of the floor.
Yeah, it has to happen. We're under 2 minutes.
All right, both teams putting some substitutions into the lineup, and it'll be Sophia Rockwood that will inbound from the baseline. Wow.
Somebody missed an assignment there. Rockwood wide open underneath, gets the bucket. Lead back to 8. Full court pressure. Oh, they did miss. No, they didn't miss a double dribble. Official Stanley calls it from the far sidelines. Indeed, it was a double dribble.
Well, an opportunity right here for Windsor to close the gap a little bit.
Yeah, the lead is 8 with a 3 here that could make this thing pretty interesting. Underneath it'll go to Perry. Her shot, no, but a whistle foul. Cole, I think, but it could have been Briggs. No, it was Cole.
So Perry should shoot 2 so she can cut it down to a little bit more here with a, 6 of...
Yeah, it's an 8-point lead now, so she could get it to 6, and that's pretty critical with just the 3-pointers, couple of threes, and her shot is up and good. Clark back into the ball game now.
I mentioned West Rutland Carl Serrani, who was actually over there in the left corner of the gym.
Yes, he is. He walked in right behind me. So, 1 or 2 for Perry. Loose ball. Who's it picked up? Got it back herself. Rockwood with it, working against Briggs. Out top, it'll come to Rupp. Rupp back to Rockwood. Rockwood drives hard. Clark, the 3-pointer on the way. No good, but Perry underneath fights for it. Got it back, but loses it out of bounds. That could have been a turning point.
All right, we have the clock stopped right now. 1:29 left to go in the basketball game. 44-37 is the score. The possession will go to Fairhaven. They'll be inbounding. Full court pressure here. Full court man-to-man pretty much coming from Windsor.
7-point Slater lead as they try to salt this one away, but Windsor putting the pressure on. They're making it tough. Love will beat Barton down the floor. Left side to Cole. They turned it over. 1:18. Here comes Windsor. They've got a chance. Rupp thought about the 3. Kicks it back to Barton. It's on the way.
Wow.
Got it. You're going to see a timeout from somebody here with a minute to go. A 4-point lead. What a nice job by Windsor getting back in this thing.
And there you see it. We'll show you the scoreboard there. 44-40. 1:07 left to go in the 4th quarter. And that's as close as Windsor's been pretty much since the opening moments of this ball game, Joe. They're getting a good late run and definitely a Windsor 4th quarter.
Both teams with 5 fouls, so both teams will go back to the line with the next foul. And I'm sure if Fairhaven breaks the pressure coming across, Windsor will fall relatively quickly, Greg.
All right, so nobody leaving this one here this afternoon. The crowd is kind of quiet here on the Fairhaven.
I'm telling you, it's Fairhaven up by 12 with like 3 minutes to go, and Windsor claws their way back into this to make it really interesting. You knew they weren't going to go away. It's just a good club. They're just solid.
And as we said leading into this broadcast, they are the #1 team in Division III, so they've had a very good season, won a whole bunch of games. just those 2 losses. So they are used to winning, and they are not going to go down easy here this afternoon. And we have this timeout just about over with. There, the Windsor 5 going back out on the floor.
Fairhaven's got to work the ball all the way down, too. Windsor picks them up. You'll see they want to double on the ball as soon as the inbound pass comes. They have Hadwin and Cole waiting to help with the pass. It'll come in to Love. Love is fouled. Yeah, so no time off the clock. Love will go to the line to shoot a pair. Rockwood with the foul. That'll be, I believe, just her second. No, it's her third.
All right, so we come to the other end of the floor to the free throw line. Elizabeth Love, one of the juniors, as we said, for Fairhaven, an excellent soccer player. Did a bunch of soccer games for PEGTV, and she was somebody that scored multiple goals in the soccer season, and they were one of the top teams in soccer. Got right into the semis, I believe.
Yep, they did. Misses the first. She'll shoot the second. Still a 2-possession game, whether she hits it or not, and she does. A minute to go. Fairhaven by 5. Rupp the ball. Perry left side. Perry picked up by Cole. Back out top to Rupp. It'll go Rockwood, center of the floor. Rockwood, a pick set by Wild Goose. It'll go to Rupp. They're taking a lot of time, Greg. Underneath to Barton to Perry. Perry with it, wants to drive. Fairhaven nice job defensively. Here comes Rockwood. Her shot is up and good.
That makes it interesting. 45-42. 1-possession ball game with that bucket there by Rockwood.
Oh, good save by Love for Fairhaven. And she'll go back to the line. 31 seconds to go, a 3-point ball game. The Slaters with the lead, with Love at the line to shoot a pair. She needs 1 or 2 of these, Greg, to put it back to a 2-possession game. It's important. She gets that one. Windsor going to take a timeout.
Yep, that's a huge foul shot right there. As you said, that was a 3-point ball game. Now it is a 4-point ball game.
That completely changes Windsor's strategy, because if she hadn't got 1 or 2, it's a 1-possession game. Windsor gets the rebound, comes down. They look for the 3 or a quick 2 and a foul to tie it up. But now they have to score twice. So that changes the entire complexity of what Windsor is going to have to do.
And you have to be, as you said, that 1 possession, so careful with what you do defensively. You cause a foul or whatever, you could get a 3-pointer and make it a possibility of a 4-point play. Any of those scenarios can happen. We've seen them all, but clock stopped right now as the full Windsor squad out there with their coach. Their head coach is Cabre Rockwood.
We were hoping to see a good one, Greg. We're not disappointed.
No, very good game here this afternoon for Saturday afternoon basketball. I'm sure this is probably one of the better tests the Fairhaven girls have had throughout this season.
They've played a tough schedule. They've played up, only been beaten by a couple of D1 schools. And
you said Rutland twice, right?
Rutland twice, and one of those 2 games very close as well. But again, Windsor will give anybody a test, which is nice. So, Love to shoot the second one. She got the first one. You would assume she'd get the second. She did. The lead back to 5, 30 seconds to go. Rockwood with it. Rockwood gave the dribble up. Will go to Perry. Perry wants to drive. Picked up by Cole. What do we got?
What was that?
I think another timeout here. Yeah, another timeout, Windsor. So.
All right, that took a little more time off the clock. Now we're looking at 23 seconds left to go, and we have a 4-point ball game. Or 5-point, I'm sorry.
Both clubs talking it over now.
And very quiet here in this gym. You get a lot of people strategizing like we are on the bench, just having a little conversation about this. It was kind of fun. So, what would you do in this situation?
Well, I'll tell you what Windsor needs to do is get to the hoop pretty quick, because they're going to have to score twice. They're going to have to score, and they're going to have to foul and extend the game. So we'll see whether they go for a 3 or if they try to get Perry loose underneath for the bucket. So Barton will trigger. It'll come into Rockwood, center of the floor, 22 seconds to go. Rockwood left side, wants Wild Goose. Wild Goose sets the peck. Out top, it'll come to Perry. Perry to Rupp. Yeah, Rupp's got the 3 on the way.
Wow.
Got it. 9 seconds to go. They close to 2. Fairhaven the ball. They get it across court to Cole. Cole's going to wind the clock. Windsor's not going to get a foul. Yeah, they will with half a second to go.
Wow.
Half a second. So I don't know, Greg. With Cole will go to the line to shoot a pair. I'm not sure with a half a second left if there's enough time to get the rebound and get a shot. That would be for.
I think the Windsor coach is a little upset about something.
I think he wanted more time on the clock. I think they tried to foul with more time on the clock and didn't get the whistle. But Cole's shot is up and good, so that at least guarantees a tie if Windsor gets a long three in. So this shot will determine whether Fairhaven just backs off and lets whatever happen. Cole's second shot is up. Oh, rolled out good, but no shot. Not enough time. The Slaters will hang on. 48-45.
Well, one of their tougher tests of the season. As we said, we had those a couple of losses to Rutland, one to Brattleboro, and they got all they needed here this afternoon. Definitely a fourth quarter for Windsor here, for sure, as Fairhaven played good, strong 3 quarters of basketball, but the Yellow Jackets did not go away, and it was their fourth quarter right here as both teams shake hands here at the end of this contest, and we saw a good one for sure.
Yeah, Slater's turned the ball over in the fourth period there. Windsor did a nice job with the pressure defense and made it interesting for sure.
So 48-45 will be the final score here as both teams shake hands on the floor here at Fairhaven High School. We said the Fairhaven girls came into the contest 11-3 overall. They will go to 12-3 with this win here and continue their winning ways here. One of the top teams. They have those 3 losses. North Country, the current number 1 team in D2 with 1 loss. So likely Fairhaven will hang on to that number 2 slot as we get into the further into the month of February. Windsor 12-2 overall. They go to 12-3 here with this loss. And the other teams behind them are Hazen and Richford, teams that we know, or I know very little about. But northern teams we usually see when we get to the Barrie Auditorium. But that is our final score here once again, 48-45 at Fairhaven Union High School. We'll get some stats for you here if we can. Coming right back at Fairhaven, very exciting basketball game. Girls basketball couldn't get much better than that. 2 of the top teams played right to the end, 48-45. Fairhaven girls defeat Windsor, and Joe has our stats for us.
We weren't sure who was going to win that all the way to the buzzer. For the Slaters, the scoring, Love ended up with 3. Briggs had 3. Perry had 2. Hadwin, 24 points, big for the Slaters.
She had a whole, 5 threes there? Can you see that?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That don't make any sense, does it? No, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right, Greg, for 24 points. Cole had 12 points, and Kelly rounds out the Slater scoring with 4 for a total of 48. For Windsor, Rupp ends up with a 3. Clark, no. Rockwood with 9. Wild Goose with 9. Sydney Perry with 13. Fairhaven did a nice job on her in the second half. Brianna Barton with 9. And Watermelon with 2 for a total of 45. So 48-45. The Slaters get the win. Both clubs go to 12-3. And both clubs in pretty good momentum going into the playoffs. Windsor didn't get the win, but they played well and they played strong.
All right, well, a lot of fun, and thank you for being part of this. And it was good to see a great game here. I know you've watched a lot of basketball over the years. And we want to thank Wally, too, for the stats that you just read.
Yeah, Wally Fabian providing us with the stats. And Fairhaven has some awful nice people around the basketball program here. Ronnie Adams does the clock. I wanted to mention to Ronnie. Ronnie's been doing the clock here in Fairhaven for 20-plus years, Greg. And there's nobody better on it. No mistakes. Everything flows with the game. And guys in front of us listening to us. So appreciate all their help.
All right, again, a good congratulations to the Fairhaven girls for their win here today, 48-45. We'll be back again, and thank you for watching. This is a presentation on PEGTV. Greg McCormick along with Joe Howard, and thanks you again.